What's up, DB fans? What up, my fellow Ningen? This is the one and only Cyberman312 coming at you live from the 31st universe, bringing you an ad-free rendition of Dragon Ball Super theories. So yeah, just going to talk about a theory real quick as to why Goku Black's Zenkai boost is so OP. As always, thanks for checking out the video, and please enjoy. Now, this is just a theory, purely speculation, simply my opinion, just my observations. So, in manga chapter 20 of Dragon Ball Super, we see the continuation of the fight between Vegeta and Goku Black. So, in this version of the fight, Goku Black gets many power-ups from Zamasu. Goku Black gets beat up by Vegeta and outclassed. And then Zamasu comes along and joins the fight and heals Goku Black, exploiting the Zenkai boost that Goku Black inherited from stealing the real Goku's body. Okay, so what this means for the Zamasu inside of Goku Black's body is that he can exploit and take advantage of this trait and abuse it. So in case you've been missing out on Dragon Ball Super manga, in chapter 20, instead of Goku Black immediately stabbing Vegeta in the chest with an energy blade, Vegeta and Goku Black actually go back and forth during combat. And in this case, Zamasu shows up during the fight, heals up Goku Black, and makes him stronger as a result. So Vegeta ends up getting beat up during the fight, and Black gains the momentum. So Goku helps out Vegeta by healing him with a Sensu Bean, and Vegeta gets all of his energy back. But even with all his energy back, there is still a question to be answered. So even after Vegeta gets all of his energy back with a Sensu Bean and heals up all of his battle damage, I'm sure he does get a Zenkai boost. But the question is, why did Black get such a much bigger Zenkai boost than Vegeta when pretty much Vegeta took the same amount of damage as Black did during the fight? So Trunks has a theory, because here he says, Father and Goku are probably no longer able to power up by recovering from near death. Horrible Trunks impersonation, but basically what he means there is this. He basically means that Goku and Vegeta, as normal, regular, mortal Saiyans, have achieved the limitations, essentially, of the Zenkai boost. If they were to get a Zenkai boost, it would be pretty small, due to the fact that, my theory is that due to the fact that they're just regular mortal Saiyans, that their bodies can only take so much, regular mortal bodies can only take so much. So this is why I think now that Zamasu has entered the body of Goku Black, he's essentially altering the body every now and then, and I'll go over why I believe that throughout the video. So here's what I mean. Goku Black is essentially the perfect Saiyan now. He's essentially a Saiyan on steroids, because he's a regular Saiyan with the mind and spirit of a god, a Kai, Zamasu, okay? Because right here he states, my divine mind and Saiyan body are becoming more connected. Each time my damaged cells are regenerated, they become more and more my own. So, horrible Goku Black impersonation as well, but basically this is what I think, okay? So, every time a Saiyan regenerates, essentially he's getting new cells added to his body, because obviously that's what regeneration is. So what if Zamasu's mind and body is doing this? What if Zamasu inside of Goku's body. Now, this is actually just one of a few theories that I do have, and I'll go over the other theories later on in the video. What if Zamasu is essentially, I wish I could find some better terminology. What if he's essentially blessing the new cells that are being replicated in his body to replace and heal the battle damage? Because, look, he says, each time my damaged cells are regenerated, they become more and more my own. So what does that mean? Zamasu, using his divine power, is blessing essentially the new cells that are being created, to heal his body. And this is why he's able to be stronger and more durable. So yeah, go ahead and let that sink in, because it is a crazy and far out theory. But here's a more simple one. What if Zamasu, inside of Goku Black's body, obviously, what if Zamasu is being the arrogant, cocky guy that he is? What if he's also a perfectionist? And what if he learned, after learning all of Goku's techniques pretty much during the fight in the present timeline, what if Zamasu learned more about the Zenkai boost and he says, you know what? Screw this. Screw limitations. I'm going to perfect the Zenkai boost in order to become infinitely stronger, exponentially stronger. Now, this actually reminds me of another character that I'm sure everybody loves, who also insists on being perfect. That's right. It's actually my favorite Dragon Ball Z villain, Cell. Now, Cell is essentially, to me, in my opinion, the same character as Goku Black, because what is he? He's pretty much a Saiyan, right? But you add on with a mixture of, Frieza and, Namekian and human as well, right? So Cell has the ability, just like Goku Black, to assimilate a technique into his very own being. And I have a theory on Cell too, is that he actually has the ability to perfect any technique that he learns. So real quick, I'm just going to go over why I even bring up Cell in the first place. Because here he is using Goku's instant transmission technique. Now, Cell has the abilities of many fighters incorporated into his very being. So when Cell created the Cell Juniors, that ability was based, this is a theory of mine, okay? That ability was based on Demon King Piccolo's ability to spit out eggs and essentially hatch out minions for himself. This is essentially what Cell did when he created the Cell Juniors, except the Cell Juniors were essentially exact kid versions of himself from what it seemed. So the theory of mine is that Cell has the ability to perfect any ability that he learns. And that's why the Cell Juniors were perfect. So for the longest time, I always wondered, how did Cell come back almost as strong as Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan after blowing himself up? How did Cell take advantage of the Zenkai boost if the damage was self-inflicted? Because according to Vegeta, during the Frieza saga, he says that a Saiyan cannot increase his power by hurting himself. Or he's something along the lines, he says that the damage cannot be self-inflicted. It has to come from battle or from somebody else. That's why he has Krillin shoot him through the chest, so then they can heal him. So my theory is Cell managed to perfect the Zenkai boost so well that he can essentially mutilate himself and come back as strong as he wants to. So that's all I'm going to say about Cell, and that's essentially my theory on Goku Black. Goku Black essentially has the same ability as Perfect Cell, and he has the ability to learn a technique or find out about a technique and master it and perfect it to his advantage. So here's a theory that I have for as to why the anime version of Goku Black is able to exponentially power up. And I do believe it has to do with the Zenkai boost and healing, all right? But the main key to this is this. What if Goku Black essentially lowers or keeps his power level low while he allows his opponent to beat him up? He keeps his power level low, and it seems like Zamasu has a really high tolerance for pain, all right? So what if Goku Black, with the mind of Zamasu inside of him, keeps his power level low, essentially keeping his durability low and taking more damage with a lower power level? Because when Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta punched him, that was a lot of damage. So when it comes to durability in Dragon Ball, my theory is this. The higher you raise your power level, the more durable your body becomes. And the lower you keep your power level, the more susceptible you are to getting obliterated or getting your body pierced by an energy blast. So what if Goku Black lowers his power level and essentially absorbs and takes more damage? Perfect example was when he was getting punched in the chest by Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. What if he lowered his power level enough so that he doesn't get obliterated, but he takes plenty of damage in order to be able to heal up later on? So for the longest time, I was always wondering, how is it that Goku Black can take essentially a beating that should essentially crack every bone in his body, get up, power up, and essentially dominate his opponent? Now, for a long time, I tried to convince myself that the answer was that Goku Black wished for the abilities of various fighters into his body, including the powers of Hit, the powers of Majin Buu, and if you combine that with a Zenkai boost, that is how you become ultra powerful. But Zamasu is a Kai, and Kais have the ability to heal, and they can probably heal themselves. So Zamasu inside of Goku's body probably learned this technique in Goku's body. Yeah, it's kind of funny to me how I never realized it before. Zamasu, his mind and spirit, the spirit and mind of a Kai, a very talented Kai at that, is inside of the body of essentially the best Saiyan ever, Goku. Okay. Now, Zamasu, he's going to do whatever it takes to become ultra powerful, and he's not going to allow a mortal body to essentially hinder his, previous abilities and keep him from using those previous abilities that he had. So he may have struggled, but eventually I believe that he learned some type of healing technique, and now he's able to heal himself, and that's how he's able to heal himself from battle damage and get the Zenkai. So on top of everything else, Goku actually also has a special ability pretty much. And that's the ability to essentially learn a technique really, really quick, because it hit me when Goku went to Master Roshi to learn the Mafuba, and he learned it really, really quick, and it seems like a very difficult technique, and he learned the Kamehameha wave, within a day just by watching Master Roshi do it, and it took Master Roshi 50 years to master that. So if you take a prodigious fighter like Goku and a prodigious fighter like Zamasu and you combine them, you get Goku Black, one of the most overpowered characters that we have ever seen in Dragon Ball. But those are my theories. Let me know what you all think. I appreciate you all for clicking on. Go ahead, type your comments down there in the comments section, and have a great day.